questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch alongs to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying, keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Hello and welcome back to Transfer Weekly, episode 4. Yes, that's right, we're back. We're doing it every week. Join us here every week, 6:30 PM on a Friday, where we talk about all the Crystal Palace rumours, all the Crystal Palace transfers, give you my opinion, give you the rest of the Eagle-Eyed Football's opinion on how it will benefit us. Little roundup of this episode so far. I'd say we're going to talk about some kits, because one's been released officially, and the Czech Decore saga continues. Alright, let's get into this one. Alright, yes, so let's start with the kit. So, this kit, right here, I really hope you don't do me dirty in the edit here again, because I do point to the right place sometimes. But, this kit is the official 2022-23 Crystal Palace away kit. First thoughts? Oh man, I thought it was terrible, man. Thinking that they've just given a child, here's a white shirt, here's some crayons, do what you want, mate. But you know, it really does look like a his just scribbled on it, and they've just badged Palace badge, stamp, Macron stamp, cinch, bang, cinched it, mate. But you know, I think it's a bit of a pay homage to the 2015-16 kit, which is here. So, comparing these two, very similar, but just with a slightly modern twist on it. I think the more I look at it, the more I like it. It gets better along, like, as time goes on, and you're thinking, you know, it's not actually that bad. But I'm not paying 55, 60 quid for it. So you probably won't be seeing me wearing it in our videos next season. But what I have to say is, with this image here, I'll show it. This is where I analysed all of our supposed leaked kits, and I don't know about you, but that don't look nothing like this at all. So don't be surprised if my little analysis is completely false by the time we get all the kits coming out. But you know, tell me what you guys think about this new kit in the comments below. And yeah, let's move on to some transfers now. Czech Decore. It's been stuck in my head, man. Ever since I saw that video on Twitter. Oh man, it's brilliant. I don't know who made it in the first place, but when it got shared around, it's just been stuck in my head. But the plot thickens, man. Apparently, at the time of recording on the 30th, it's meant to be done, supposedly. 22 million plus add-ons for about 4 million, I believe. So about 26 million pounds around about. Or is that million euros? I'm not really sure. But it's supposed to be agreed today on the 30th. He's meant to be having his medical done. And on the 1st is when transfers can be announced. So we can put people out with kits. So that means that Malcolm can be imaged in a Palace kit. And hopefully, we don't know how successful that medical is, because it's gone very quiet today. We could see Czech in one of those kits as well, and seems to be a little bit like check in, check out. That's me in a bad hotel, mate. But you know, he's the talk of the town. He's everyone's number one target. Hopefully, we're gonna have a Lens fan coming on to tell you guys what he thinks of Czech Decore and how he could benefit us, because he's been watching him all season and we've only watched compilations. So let's see what happens. And the same thing with Sam Johnstone. That's meant to be all done. Medical's done. Transfer's done. He's transferred on a free, and very exciting deals are happening. It seems like it's not the Palace of old, where we're always stressing in the last couple weeks and most times deadline day to actually get something done. But you know, I'm extremely happy. Like, I wouldn't be extremely upset if we didn't do more business in this window. after these couple players. I still think we would need another midfielder and probably a right back and maybe a backup left back if we're being a bit pushy here. But listen, I'm very happy. We never do business this fast. We never do business this shrewd because most fans of other clubs are very jealous of the fact that we've got Decore and Johnstone for such low prices. And listen, the faster we get these people in, the faster they can get to know each other, the better the pre-season will be because they know how each other play more. And, we might have a better start to the season, actually hit a couple of the big boys on the break before they are ready for us. So let's see what happens, man. Excited. Flynn Downes, 23 years old, 5'6", central midfielder. That can also play in the DM position. He's played another full season of the Championship last year at Swansea. He's had 2 successful years of loan at Ipswich Town. Palace have been interested in him for a while, actually. I do remember, I think 2 years ago, after he had his first season at Ipswich, that we were very interested, and that we was thinking that maybe he's worth a punt. Maybe it's worth it, because very technically gifted. Not outstanding in any sort of attribute, but seems to be pretty decent all round. He mostly plays as a CM, central midfielder, more box-to-box kind of thing, but can also play DM if needed. His numbers are pretty impressive when it comes to defending. His attacking output is very lackluster, but we'll see what happens. I think that Palace probably looking for a slightly bit more experience. Maybe a little playing at a higher level to where he is now, to maybe have that experience of playing against better players. But we'll see what it's like. Here, looking at the heat map, we'll definitely see that he's a definite central midfielder, very central. Does drift a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, so he does drift out and help whatever side is in need of help. But looking at the heat map, very similar to Gallagher, very similar to Aribo, very similar to Lewis O'Brien, racking up 34 starts in the Championship with only 1 goal to his name, 2 assists, 0.5 key passes per 90. His defensive attributes are way better, as I said earlier. 1.1 interceptions per game, 1.3 tackles per game, 1.1 clearances per game. So box to box, but mostly a defensive sort of player in the game. Sweep up, and I think it would work in our system, because we do like to pivot into a double pivot position in the midfield sometimes to help break down a high press of someone like Liverpool and allow us more options to pass out and not just stick it all on the one DM. So, this shows obviously the double pivot, as I said, but I think that going for someone for the first team right now, Flynn Downes is not the guy right now. I think maybe because his pricing is pretty low right now. It's suggested around £3 million for him. But I think if we do go for him, it will be more of a thing of we go for him and loan him back out again. I fear that we'll do this with Luke Plange, but I think that Flynn Downes isn't experienced enough yet. But I think a few more years in the champ, he might be ready. But I think for right now, with players that we are looking at and players that we've had previously, I still think that either Gallagher, Aribo, or Lewis O'Brien would fit that Gallagher box, if you get what I mean. That Gallagher position that we're going to miss, I think that one of those 3 players is definitely the guy that we should go for. But Flynn Downes, listen, on that little price, I don't see why not. We're building we're building a really good squad here. And that's it. Players getting close to completion. Palace fans are very excited. We're very happy about a transfer window for once. It's really nice to feel. We don't feel like this a lot. This is like the first time ever that we've experienced a nice transfer window. Tell me in the comments what you guys think of Flynn Downes. If you agree with me that we should loan him out and purchase him and loan him out, or whether we should wait a little bit so he gets a bit more experience before going in for him. Tell me what you think. Also, what do you think about Czech? check in, check out. That's a talking point for next week. And as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. This is JC from Eagle Eyed Football, and I'll see you next week. Peace.